A few weeks ago, the FBI published a warning almost nobody connected to their crypto. It wasn't about a hack. It wasn't about a token crashing. It was about the device in your pocket. Is your phone protecting your XRP or quietly exposing it? What did the FBI actually see? And could the most expensive mistake of your crypto life already be installed? Let's dive in. On March 30th, 2026, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, the IC3, put out a public service announcement. The subject? The data security risks of foreign-developed mobile apps. In plain English, the Bureau warned that some of the most downloaded apps in America can quietly collect huge amounts of your personal data. Your contacts, your location, your messages, your photos. Not by breaking in, not by hacking anything, but simply because you said yes. You tapped allow once, maybe years ago, and forgot about it. And here's the part most people missed. The FBI's advice was almost boring. Turn off data sharing. Only install from official app stores. Change your passwords. Read the terms before you accept. Calm. Practical, unsexy. But for a certain kind of person, that warning lands very differently. I'm talking about you, the XRP holder who manages real money from a smartphone. Here's the uncomfortable truth. For most people, an app collecting their data is annoying. For you, it can be financial. Think about what actually lives on your phone right now. Your Exchange app. Your wallet, your email, the one that resets every password, your text messages, where those 6-digit codes arrive. It's all there, in one rectangle of glass, in your pocket. And let me say something clearly, because this matters. The XRP ledger itself is not the weak point here. The blockchain isn't getting hacked. The cryptography isn't broken. The weak point is the phone holding the keys to it. That's the distinction almost nobody makes. There's security of the blockchain, and there's security of your access to it. The FBI warning is entirely about the second one, and the data backs this up. Through 2026, the largest crypto losses haven't come from clever code breaking. They've come from human compromise, social engineering, a permission, a click, a moment of trust given to the wrong app. Quick question for you before we go deeper. Right now, without checking, how many apps on your phone have access to your contacts? Drop a number in the comments. I think the honest answer scares most people. Let's start thinking like a security professional. Not paranoid, just deliberate. The first door is the one the FBI pointed at directly. App permissions. Here's how it usually goes. You download a flashlight app, a photo editor, a game, a free utility. It asks for access to your contacts, your location, maybe your files, and you say yes, because saying no feels like friction. Now here's the thing. That app may have no business knowing where you live, who you talk to, or what's in your photo gallery. But once you grant it, it can quietly map your entire life. And why would a thief want your contacts? Because that's how targeting works. They learn who you are, what you own, who trusts you. A holder with significant capital isn't a random target anymore. They're a profile. The FBI's recommendation was simple. Go into your settings. Look at what each app can actually see. Most people have never done this once. So here's how a professional thinks. Every permission is a question. Does this app truly need this to do the one job I downloaded it for? If the answer is no, revoke it. Not because you're afraid, because you're in control. This one is quieter, and honestly, it's the one that keeps me up at night. Your clipboard. That invisible little memory where your phone stores whatever you just copied. Now imagine the worst possible moment. You're setting up a wallet. You copy your recovery phrase to paste it somewhere. Just for a second. Or you copy a long XRP address to send a transfer. Here's the problem. On many phones, any app running in the background can read what's on your clipboard. So if there's one bad app installed, one app with too many permissions, it might be watching that clipboard. And there's a specific version of this that has cost people everything. Clipboard hijacking. Malicious software detects when you copy a crypto address and silently swaps it for the attacker's address. You paste. It looks almost identical. You hit send, and your XRP goes to a stranger. Forever. No hack of the ledger, no broken cryptography, just a copy and paste you trusted too much. The professional reflex? Never copy a seed phrase onto a connected device. And when sending crypto, always verify the first and last characters of the address, every single time. It takes 4 seconds. It can save everything. The third door wears a friendly face. Unofficial apps. Fake notifications. The FBI was crystal clear on one point. Only install from official app stores. And there's a reason that made the list. Fake wallet apps are everywhere. They look perfect. The logo is right. The colors are right. The reviews look real. You download it, you type in your recovery phrase to restore your wallet, and in that instant, you've handed your XRP to whoever built that app. It's not a hack. It's a costume. Then there are the notifications. A message pops up. Unusual activity on your wallet. Verify now. It feels urgent. It feels official. And urgency is the oldest trick in the book. Fear makes people skip the step where they'd normally think. A real security professional does the opposite. When something feels urgent, they slow down. They never tap the link in the notification. They open the official app directly, the one they installed themselves from the official store, and check there. Because the rule is simple. If something wants you to act fast, that's exactly when you go slow. Here's the second thing I want you to think about, and tell me in the comments. Have you ever downloaded a crypto app and not been 100% sure it was the official one? Be honest. That uncertainty is the whole game. Now the fourth door, and this one is brutal, because it can happen even when your phone is perfectly clean. The SIM swap. Here's how it works. Your phone number is often tied to your exchange account. It's how you get those security codes by text. It feels safe. But a phone number isn't really yours. It belongs to your carrier. And a determined attacker, using the kind of personal data those oversharing apps quietly leaked, can call your carrier, pretend to be you, and convince them to move your number to a new SIM card. Suddenly, your phone goes dead, and every security code, every reset link, every confirmation starts arriving on their device instead. This is where it all connects. The data an app collects today can become the SIM swap of tomorrow. That's the chain the FBI is really warning about. The professional move here is to get your sensitive logins off text message codes. Use an authenticator app instead of SMS where you can. Treat your phone number like a key, not a public detail. And this is also where the boring grown-up stuff matters. Things like how you structure your accounts, your custody, even how this fits into a long-term retirement and tax picture. I won't go deep here, but there are resources linked in the description for holders thinking about the long game. No hype, just structure. So let's pull this together. Calmly. The FBI warning wasn't really about foreign apps. That's the headline. The deeper message was about a mindset. For years, most of us treated the smartphone like a gadget. Convenient, casual, disposable. But if you're a holder with real capital, your phone isn't a gadget anymore. It's a vault. And you wouldn't leave a vault unlocked because checking it felt like friction. Here's the bigger context that makes this urgent. By 2026, roughly 3 in 10 Americans hold some form of crypto. The base is growing fast. And as regulation tightens worldwide, with more countries adopting transparency and travel rules standards, your activity is more traceable and more visible than ever. More visibility means more attention. More attention means more targeting. So the professional doesn't ask, will someone try? They assume someone might, and they close the doors in advance. 4 doors, remember them. Permissions you forgot, the clipboard you trusted, the fake app and the fake alert, the phone number you assumed was yours. None of these require a genius hacker. Every single one requires only your inattention. The good news? Inattention is the one thing you can actually fix today, tonight even, in about 15 minutes. You don't need to be technical. You just need to be deliberate. Because the most expensive loss in crypto is almost always the most preventable one. A permission given in 2 seconds. A copy-paste you didn't check. A code that arrived on the wrong phone. The FBI gave you the warning. What you do with it is entirely in your hands. And right now, those hands are probably holding the exact device this whole story is about.